Hey. You know what I almost did? I almost started talking again after thinking I pressed record and didn't press record. We learned from yesterday, didn't we? Hopefully. We'll see if it ever happens again. Probably so. Anyway, welcome back. It is day 5 of our daily check-ins and our daily weigh-ins in our mini May challenge. Yesterday, we weighed in at 272.9, and today we're at 272. So we have dropped another 0.9 pounds. If I could have did a nice little, this morning in the bathroom, I might have been able to hit 1 full pound. But guess what? We're thankful. We're not upset. And we're doing the work because our bodies need it anyway. I need to move. I need to be up. I need to be making sure that I get in all the opportunities to continue to have a healthy body. And I appreciate that. So that's where we are so far. That's where we are today. Very briefly, I just wanted to touch on some things in my journey that have been a staple. And I said something. Oh, y'all, they got a bunch of police just pulled up and they SWAT. Like, it look, I want to say SWAT, but it's not SWAT because I've seen enough movies to know what the SWAT full formation. See, this is what happens when we do stuff in real time. Stuff goes down. But I'm safe. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, let me mind my midnight. I pray everything is all right with them. Where was I? Something that I wanted to share that has been a staple in this journey. So far for me, ever since I've started this, and it's been almost 2 years of this consistent journey. I have been on a weight loss journey for too many years to count. None of it ever stuck long term, except now, because now it's actually lifestyle. Anyway, it's been almost 2 years, and since the beginning, actually after the first week, I started tracking all of my food. And I say after the first week because that first week, I just was like, I'm going to buy a bunch of healthy foods. I know what to put together. I know what to have. I know what to not eat, blah, 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 blah. And I'll eat. And then I was finding by the third day that I was feeling very hungry. And I was like, I know that if I'm doing this right, yes, I'll feel hungry, but I shouldn't feel as hungry as I'm feeling. I was like, I have a feeling I'm not eating enough. And so one day I was like, okay, I'm going to track it and just keep with what I'm eating, but I'm going to track it. Y'all, I was eating like 800 calories. I said, see, and that's what happened. You think you're doing something. 800 calories is not going to work for me. That was never going to work. And at that time, I wasn't even working out. I literally just was changing my eating. And so I started tracking, got a food scale, measuring cups, anything that I need. The food scale is everything that you need for sure, to be most accurate, because you can see the numbers, everything. But I needed that, and I got it, and it changed so much for me. That is how I was able to eat the things that I wanted to eat and just know how to substitute certain things in, because I was weighing everything. So weighing everything was very helpful. Making sure I tracked everything was extremely helpful. I used the Lose It app. I love the Lose It app. I love the Lose It app. They have a free version and a paid version. I use the free version, even though the paid version is not a lot. Every time I keep telling myself, I'm gonna pay for the version, I'll never do it. But I recommend the Lose It app. It is absolutely awesome. But that's what I use to track everything. And once you put in all of your information, it will give you the option to be like this is my goals. And it'll tell you how many calories you can eat and stuff like that. I use the separate food calculator to do that. Weight loss calculator to go ahead and do that. But extremely helpful tool. And by doing that, I was able to see the consistent numbers in my weight loss every single week. Honestly, I didn't hit a stall until I had my hysterectomy. And that's something we can talk about here as well if you're interested in hearing about that. If you don't know, I'm 32, so most people know that's very young to have a hysterectomy. And also I don't have kids. So this is not very common. But if you want to know more about that, please feel free to let me know. Anyway, I was able to lose the weight consistently by tracking, and I didn't care about tracking. It was meticulous. I didn't care nothing about it. You can ask my cousins. There'll be times we want to get together and do something, have a drink, something like that, and I literally would be in the house like, Okay, if I only pour this shot glass, I'm not gonna have any additional, chasers or anything like that. I'll just have this. This is the alcohol I'm choosing because this has the least amount of calories. I was tracking. Now, did I need to do all of that in all those specific cases? No, but it was something that I wanted to do and it was helpful to me. So I recommend doing what's helpful to you so you don't fall into any unhealthy habits or things that are gonna push you away from the weight loss journey. Tracking did not push me away at that time. At this time, it's pushing me. I can't hold it. I've been doing it for so long that the way it is makes me itch is real. It's real. And that's why me going the approach that I'm going now, which is, that's another video that I definitely want to go ahead and do for you all, but I'm not going to test you today. But the approach that I'm doing right now is not tracking my food. And it has been very helpful for me mentally. And I'm thankful for that. And stepping on the scale and seeing the fluctuations in the numbers every day is a helpful reminder as well. Also seeing what I feel like being in the gym after leaving the gym. I noticed yesterday, was yesterday my first, So yesterday was my first lifting day. I do core, but core is not nearly as heavy for me weight wise because I don't do a lot for core. I just do a few core exercises. But yesterday was my first lifting day. It was a pull day. And I was hungry yesterday. I could feel that it was different from the other days, even though I've been eating the same. And so that's the kinds of stuff that I want to be paying attention to. I'm like, okay, if you're on a day where it's mostly just cardio or you're doing core and cardio, the amount that you're eating is doing perfectly fine for you. However, if it is a day where you're doing pull day, you have legs, it's a push day, what is your body saying then? What is happening with the food that you're consuming then? Do you need more of a certain thing? Are you feeling very weak the next day? What's happening? And so that is something I'm going to start to take more inventory of now that I'm able to see what that's like. I just wanted to touch very, very briefly on the power of tracking as an awesome tool. Something that, like I said, I've been using essentially since the very beginning of this renewed leg in my journey over the past almost 2 years. And I love it. Loved it. It served its purpose. And that is the goal. The goal is not to have to track food for the rest of your life. Okay? That's not the goal. And some people might say that's what they got to do. And if that's what they got to do, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to know that that's not something that is necessary. The whole point of a weight loss journey is so that it becomes a lifestyle. Not the weight loss portion of it becomes a lifestyle, but the healthy habits or the healthier habits that you take on become a part of your lifestyle. That way, if you do find that you need to lose weight, it's not large amounts. Maybe you want to lose 5 pounds here, maybe 10 pounds here. But on the whole, the way that you're eating has completely changed your life totally. That's the point. The point is to get you to a place where you can now live life differently and you have the tools to assist you in doing that. And I want you to remember that as you all go along in your journeys. It's very easy to get on here on YouTube and see people spewing at you what they know you want to hear. It's very easy to go on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and wherever the people are and see all this information that is really just targeted at getting your money, not necessarily targeted at getting you a healthier lifestyle long term. And you should hear that more often. We should hear that more often. And I'm here to share that as someone who is doing it. So that's what I have today. I'm excited for where this everyday talking back and forth with you all is going to go. I feel like it's going in a really good direction. But if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything you want to share, please feel free to comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with a friend. All those things. And I will talk to you next time. Next time being tomorrow. Bye for now.